Well, good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch. Over here. I'm over here, and what I'm doing is I'm getting my sous vide machine and bringing it in to my utility room so I don't have to listen to it. And what that means is a long cook. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to do these ribs. I'm going to do these ribs. I'm going to sous vide them for 24 hours at 145 degrees. And then I think I'm going to finish them in an air fryer for a few minutes. Now, I'm trying an experiment. Everything I do is an experiment. I'm going to see what happens. Not going to season these before I cook them. I'm kind of getting into the natural flavors. But I'll probably throw a little salt, smoked salt on them before I finish them off. I want to see if I really enjoy the unbarbecue seasoned taste of the actual meat itself. So I've got a couple of pounds, big fat ribs, a lot of meat on them here. Right now they're frozen, but for a 24-hour cook in a sous vide, it doesn't matter. In the hot water, it'll be defrosted in a short period of time, so whether you cook it 24 or 25 hours won't make any difference. So let's go ahead and find a delicate way to put these in here. That works out great. Just stick them in the end rack. Holds them in place. Let's plug in the sous vide. And we're going to set it make sure that the water level is above the meat itself. We're going to set the temperature for 145 degrees. And we're going to set the time for 24 hours to 24 hours. And I'm going to press start. And that's all there is to them. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll pick this back up after the sous vide is done.
Day 2.
Well, it's the next day. The ribs have been in the sous vide bath for... I'm over here. I've been in this sous vide bath for about 26 hours. You can't really overdo. You can't overdo or overcook the sous vide. The worst that could happen is the longer you leave it in, the more tender the meat gets. So we're going to bring this sous vide thing, water and all, back into the kitchen. And we're going to see what we got here. Okay. I don't know how wet or juicy this is going to be, but I'm going to open this up. And I'm going to take out the ribs. And there is a lot of juice in this bag. I'm going to try to make this with as little a mess as possible. So let's get this out of the way. Get myself a pair of tongs. to get the ribs out of the bag. The next step's going to be to crisp them up. In my Ninja air fryer, I'm going to go at about 450 degrees. I want to start with maybe 4 minutes to 5 minutes, and we'll keep checking on it. The ribs are thoroughly cooked now. I don't need to worry about cooking the ribs. All I want to really do at this stage is to crisp up the outside. And I'm thinking that crisping up the outside might be better Whoa, look at that. Might be better with some butter or bacon grease. Now, there was evidently a separate little piece of meat here that they had cut off and kind of put under the other one, and it's cooked too. And be a good opportunity to take a look at this and maybe give it a taste to see how well the actual meat came out. Didn't expect this, but let's see how the actual meat came out before I put it in the air fryer. Oh my God, that's perfect. I haven't even salted this yet. This is got the texture of a filet mignon. 24 hours. I think to crisp it up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this rack of ribs and I'm going to blot it off pretty good. Get it fairly dry. I have a great idea. I would imagine that this idea might be optional or not, but what I'm going to do, try not to make too much of a mess, is I am going to take some bacon grease, because we all know that everything is better with bacon grease. So I am going to take some bacon grease here and melt it down in my microwave. Okay, now I'm just going to take a little bit of Redmond salt, and I'm just going to salt it on one side, and because the meat by itself tastes just great. And we're going to take this whole thing, stick it in the air fryer basket. We're going to put it on air crisp 450 degrees. Let's just go 4 minutes to see what happens. And we can always add some more time. We're going to start it. We're going to skip the preheat because I'm not interested in grilling it. I'm just interested in having the hot air circulate around it and crisp up the outside. And now it's cooking, and we'll let it go for 4 minutes. This was 4 minutes. Wow, okay. I'm going to do it for another 2 minutes, and I'm going to turn it over. Just 2 minutes, turn it over. I'm sure I could eat it before I did any of this, but I want to see if I can't get a little crunchy on the outside. So we will start this again. And judging by what I just ate so far, I think this may end up being my go-to method for ribs. And if that's the case, what I'm going to do, and I'll put it in a video, is this is how I buy my ribs. I buy my ribs And this one weighs 6¼ pounds from Sam's. 2 big racks. What I'm cooking is basically half of one of the racks. So there are 4 meals in here, 4.5-pound meals. This cost $18.57. 4 meals for under $5 a meal. I will let this defrost. I will cut it into 4 equal half racks. I will vacuum seal each one of those separately. I will fire up the sous vide, let it run for the 24 hours, take 3 of the 4 out of the sous vide that are ready to be crisped up and put them in the freezer. And I'll have 3 more meals, besides the ribs that I'll eat right then, 3 more meals ready to throw in the air fryer, crisp them up, and eat them, and they should come out just as good. What I used to do the same thing in a 275-degree oven, but I think they come out so much better in this overnight sous vide adventure. Wow. Doesn't that look good? I think that that'll do the trick. They're going to be hot. Get myself a fork and a sharp knife, and let's cut one of these. Find, there it is. Find between the bone here. There it goes. Wow, look at that. Look at that. I've got a full meal. There is a lot of food here. Moment of truth, moment of truth. Absolutely fall off the bone, as you can see. Fall right off the bone. Look at that. God, are they good. Even the fat is good. But, wow. This stuff just comes right off the bone. Wonderful. The winner. I love it when that happens. All right, I'll stop picking out in front of your face. Sit down. It's about 11 o'clock. Timed it out, so this will be my first meal today. I hope you enjoyed this. I think this is a great way to do things. Great way to cook ribs. I'll probably film the next time I do this and do the whole 2 ribs in 4 separate packages at a time. Make a quick video to show you how that comes out. And in the meantime, take the rest of the day off and eat meat.